And as such, what we are doing is there are hidden elements or not well publicized elements that we think deserve greater attention. So our job is to focus a little bit more attention. At the same time, there are things we need to do better as government, and for instance, overseas development assistance, we feel we should do play a greater role. On the other hand, Korea has traditionally been an isolated country. Once it was called the Hermit Kingdom, which means that we are not well accustomed to international practices. So here, let us learn. This is the way of doing things. This is how people in Americas live. This is how other Asians live. This is how Africans live. So global understanding. So it's a combination of efforts. It's not something very artificial.
Following with this question, one step more. We usually talk about brand experience when we talk about country brands, because those are not only advertising, but the people that come into the country experience the brand in the country, inside the country, and also there are many points of contact with the brand outside the market.
Right.
The following question is this: do you think that there's any work to do inside the country in order to make the image that you are projecting outside when the visitors come to the country have a continuity? I mean, you promoting your country outside the country, overseas, and in other countries. When the people of other countries come into the country, how are you managing to reach this point?
You talk about national brand. In fact, we stress what we have to do domestically much more than what we have to do internationally. This has to become a place that is hospitable to people who are both visitors and residents. We have to be, in many ways, kinder and gentler. We have to have better international schools across the board. So this is where our emphasis is. Projecting ourselves overseas is something else. That, of course, we need to do. But domestically and internationally, these have to go in tandem.
We've talked about the key dimensions of your brand, also about the work to do outside and the work to do inside. But how are you implementing? In which measures are you implementing, for example, the work inside? We've recently heard about Psy, for example. We know about Hallyu, the Korean wave, and things like that. Also about technology and Korea.
Right. All these things you mentioned, Psy, Hallyu, and IT technology, are not things. They haven't gotten to where they have gotten to because the government pushed it. They have gotten there by themselves. Mm-hmm. So, like in everywhere else, great musicians, chefs, great athletes. I think, in fact, sportsmen athletes are part of the group where officially government has invested more deliberately. But in other fields, more spontaneous. But these people having succeeded, we want to, of course, help advertise, and we want to tell the rest of the people, Psy is Korean, this is Korean, and that is Korean. And that naturally have become part of Hallyu.
Mm-hmm. The reason why you established the Council for National Branding in 2009 I think which was I can't guess because Korea is a very developed country economically in this side, but it's not very known, outside.
Right.
And the position in the rankings of country brand is not very good. I think it is not the same as economically.
Right.
So even you are below Singapore, and other countries, and I can't understand why, because this country is very developed and you've got a great economy. So
no, it is like this.
Which is the problem?
It is like this. I think the international rankings are important, but they are important to only a certain degree. As you can imagine with the chefs, the fact somebody has 3 Michelin stars or somebody has a high world ranking mean certain things. But the fact that we have people like Magnus Nilsson, we know among the professionals that he's a great chef. So we're not all that concerned about raising the rankings. I think when country becomes advanced, you don't advertise at the airport we're world ranking number 9 or 7. You have to feel and smell it. You land in Paris, you land in Madrid. Nobody has to tell you, I am number 10 or number 9, number 3. Oh yeah, it's number 3, so it must be better. No, you feel it. You see it. So that's what we are after.